Hey everybody, this is Kohdok here, and from what I've heard, apparently LBX is going to be released in America, and the date for that has apparently snuck up on us pretty fast, as in this weekend. So I'd better get this review done pretty quickly. Known as Dan Helsinki in Japan, LBX, short for Little Battler's Experience, is about these toy robots that can be controlled by a cell phone and have these epic fights within arenas of this kind of indestructible cardboard. LBX is kind of a spiritual successor to like Metabots and Custom Robo and those kinds of shows that are about the little robots. The show centers around a kid named Vaughn who one day receives the LBX Achilles, which contains a powerful secret. A special military-grade power capable of turning any ordinary LBX into a killing machine. LBX is a deconstruction, and by that I mean it kind of takes the elements of a lot of these shows that we've seen recently, like your Bakugans and your Beyblades and your Beat-em-ons and all those, and it kind of applies to see what would happen if those rules were applied more realistically. Like, there aren't any like spiritual powers or small creatures from another world or anything like that. It's just military-grade hardware crammed into a kid's toy, and that it makes it a bit more mundane, but at the same time it makes it more probable, which is part of how a deconstruction works. Now, honestly, I think this might have been one of the reasons that it took so long for it to get picked up, because the deconstruction aspect of it kind of makes me think that it wouldn't really work in the United States that well. Because here's the thing about deconstructions, is that compared to the normal series, deconstructions are pretty much always darker and actually a bit unsettling. And LBX is no exception. Because here's the thing, a lot of the shows that are put out in Japan tend to be marketed towards kids about 5 years younger here in the United States, and that can cause a few problems. I mean, like episodes 5 and 6, Assassin in the Dark and Sniper vs. Sniper, where Van and friends have to save the president from being assassinated by a political conspiracy. You heard that right. I'm sure all the Americans watching this just cringed a little bit. Although, to be fair, it's actually the Prime Minister, but still, they have to prevent an important political person from taking a bullet to the brain. Which, you know, that's kind of how it works, is in this deconstruction, it interprets, like, if these things actually exist, what would happen? Well, you'd probably have some unscrupulous political types going, hey, you know, we can kill people with these. So you can see where things can get a little uncomfortable here. But here's the thing, episodes 5 and 6 are actually really important development episodes for the character named Kaz, because they are the episodes where he receives his signature LBX and the episode where he starts to get over his depression. So you really can't have the show work without them. But here's the thing, is episodes 5 and 6 are gripping. I seriously mean it. Edge of your seat gripping. They are such good episodes that do the tension so amazingly well that, you know, even if Nickelodeon chickens out and they decide to not show them, you can just go behind their back. And please, go behind their back and go stream episodes 5 and 6. They're amazing. You know what? If Nickelodeon, you know, if they have the guts, if they have the sheer balls to willingly show episodes 5 and 6 on television, basically unedited, without any softballing, there'll be a video of me just clapping for 30 seconds. But who knows, I might be wrong. Maybe with all these franchises that have come out, a deconstruction is exactly what we need. I mean, Digimon Tamers was pretty successful in the United States, but part of that was because it had really good timing. It not only deconstructed itself from its previous 2 seasons, but it also deconstructed Pokemon, which was just ceasing to be a fad at that point. Now, of course, I'm a toy review channel, so I'm going to go over the LBX toys. Now, I don't know what they're going to put out in the United States, if they're going to put anything out in the United States, because, you know, Bandai's changed things around before, but in Japan, the Dan Helsinki toys are model kits, kind of like the Gundam model kits. They're the action figures that you have to put together. Now, for those of you who build Gundam model kits out there, these are kind of like low-end, high-grade model kits. There are some real grade kits though, which have like the core and all the parts and stuff that are really cool. But these are kind of the basic sets. They're the sets with the punch-out sprues, and they go together really well. I've got a couple of them here. Achilles, who is going to be Vaughn's first LBX in the series, and Dark Pandora, who comes out in the second series. Oh, whoops, spoiler alert. But you can see they're all pretty, they're actually decently complex. If you look at Achilles, I haven't put any stickers on him at all. All that lovely detail is being done with just the parts in the different colors alone. Now, Pandora, I've put some of the stickers on, but that's okay with that. Now, kind of like Zevos from the past, they have kind of this little barrel dice game where you roll it depending on the body parts you have, and whatever you roll up, that's the score you get. So kind of like those, you can mix and match the parts together to customize your own robots and make them for the game. They also sell additional parts like this double Gatling barrel or the jetpack I have here, and they come with their own little things for the barrel dice that you can put in to power up your character, although in Japan that notion seems to have been dropped. I mean, the Gatling gun didn't come with any of the parts, even though it's really awesome to put on the figures. They look like they're roughly the same scale as the Gundam figures as well, so you could probably put on some of the Gundam weapons too. So yeah, the model kits, I don't know if they'll come out because, like I said before, they tend to market the stuff here towards younger kids, and these things are a bit fragile. They're models, they're not really toys, so it wouldn't be at all surprised if we got like action figures over here instead of the model kits, although who knows, I might get surprised. But either way, unlike the Bakugan, LBX are still really cheap to buy and import online, especially if you use like Hobby Search Japan and all those types of websites that ship straight from Japan to you. So these two figures together, I think, were about 25 bucks for me to bring in. The weapons made it a little bit more, but still, it is really cheap to get them. So if you really want to have the LBX experience, you can go ahead and order your own online. So that's really not hard at all. So it premieres on Sunday at 10 a.m. on Nickelodeon, so we're going to have to see, because I really hope they don't try to make it one of these gag-a-minute series that the networks love so much right now, because that really wouldn't work. I mean, it would be like, well, they're going to try to shoot the president in the head, now that's what I call brain damage. You see, it doesn't work. So I really hope there aren't a bunch of Dentsu Entertainment and Nickelodeon people, you know, biting their lower lip and holding their palms while watching this video going, oh, we messed up. So all I can do is hope that that doesn't happen. We'll have to see how it is. Even if it's not that great on Nickelodeon, you can find it elsewhere under the name Danbal Senki. It is a fantastic deconstruction show. If you're the type of person who's a little fed up with all the Beyblades and stuff like that, that show is perfect for you. So, LBX, I mean, I'm excited, but at the same time, I am, you know, a bit hesitant. I am being cautiously excited about it. So, we'll have to see what we can see, and until then, this is Kohdok signing off.